to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball carrier.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
On the play.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU. And Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him, his ability to play the ball in the air, and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Cousins to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
He'll have a first down past the 40. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Vikings 9.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16
Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson to target. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
The Vikings first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
The tackle made by
a nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rakisin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he's got some space here. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 96 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll throw on 1st down with Eason. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines. And it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Hines. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Colts 14, Vikings 7.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Your chain, name, I like your respect. Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news on my back. 60 Eagles. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Check. Shoot.
On third down, Hines. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A pickup of 5 yards. First down, Indy.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 42, Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go. Mike 42, Mike 42. Let's go, defense. Our time, it's our time.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watch the curve, right there.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Colts 21, Vikings 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He got 29 yards that time.
Of 29 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Play fake, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Kyle Rudolph.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Vikings 1st down.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and less than a yard.
Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
58, come on. 58, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Now it's Hines. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
39-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Looking for Campbell downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
They'll take over.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They start the drive with Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
2nd and 4. Now Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Play action now. Cousins. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action with Eason. And he's got his man Hilton. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At the 22-yard line.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
A man coming off back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. Here's Jonathan Taylor with it. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
First down.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts
Gain of 9.
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
Throwing is Eason. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 27. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Blitz coming and down he goes.
Sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
4-yard line.
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Check the hot read. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
That's a slant. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. 54.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Eason. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Eason going to try and throw for it. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Tight end rock. Tight end rock. Hey, Cam. You go tight. You got tight.
They run it again with Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Minnesota.
Hit the high. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 58. Come on.
First down. Here's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And the running back position just continues to evolve from what I saw as a youngster when you just took the ball from the quarterback and ran as far as you could. Nowadays, you've got to be able to catch the ball as well. And there were 15 running backs last season, partner, that ran for over 1,000 yards, but only 3 had 500 or more receiving yards as well. Leonard Fournette with Jacksonville, Christian McCaffrey, of course, with Carolina, and this guy right here, Dalvin Cook.
Cousins on first down. He's going to fire one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Paul Richardson.
Minnesota.
43 yards. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a first and 10. First and 10, Eason. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is second and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Brings up third and 2.
Here's Eason to throw. Looking deep for Hilton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
False start backs him up 5, first and 15. Cousins to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's a gain of
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that will be incomplete. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. There's Britton Colquitt now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return, it's Rodgers. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
28, Jonathan.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Eason off the play fake. Looking for Campbell downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 55 yards. And the Colts add on to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Colts 31. Vikings 21.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, 75 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
31.
Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First down, Taylor, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Eason's pass.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
6 yards to go.
The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
Check right. Watch it, you find. Cross 19.
Mark 55. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
From the gun is Eason. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Cousins. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Ben Banagoo in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
44-yard line.
This is our time.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
11 at the Vikings 45-yard line.
Second and 11.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 5.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Play action. It's Eason. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The 4-yard line.
Too low.
They run with Hines, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
At the 30-yard line.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. Off-play action. Eason. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith.
Intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
28.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Indianapolis, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.